Hello from Universal. I am here today. The parks both open up in about 30 minutes because I want to get the Butterbeer Popsicle as well as a Wimpy's burger. I'm also using my new lavalier microphone, so the sound might be a little bit different than what I'm used to, and I will find this out a little bit later, whether or not it's an improvement. I'm mostly worried about just having to change how I've been recording audio with this camera for a while, pretty much having to yell, and I don't need to do that anymore. They're building a new, vacation kiosk back over there by security, which is unfortunate. Honestly, I really like that extra space. One cool aspect of this is that I don't have to switch the audio direction, whether or not I'm recording this way or this way on the camera. There's also construction walls over here by these stores that have closed, and they've already started to gut them. So I'm looking for some breakfast somewhere. There is breakfast upstairs. There should be some kiosks for Cinnabon. Look at that though. That is pretty crazy. They started work on that very fast. Wow, both stores are completely pretty much gone. So I came upstairs here to Moe's, Panda Express, and Burger King. I could get some breakfast here, but I don't know if I'm feeling like a breakfast that heavy. Park's open up in about 15 minutes now, so I could just head over to Islands of Adventure and then get some breakfast in the park. I was looking for one of the Cinnabon mobile carts. When I came with Travis, we went to Voodoo Donuts to get some breakfast, but that was a little bit too much sugar, I think, to start the day. I'm going to stop inside the Universal Studios store first, I think, because they have Epic Universe merchandise in stock. Here they have a lot of different options. I definitely prefer just this generic Epic Universe shirts. They also have some Isle of Berk merchandise here. So they've announced half of the park pretty much at this point, Isle of Berk and Super Nintendo World. But yeah, they only have merchandise for this one park, presumably because the rumor is that there's going to be a Super Nintendo World store around the corner, but I want to get an Epic Universe shirt. A little bit later though, because I'm heading over to Islands of Adventure to get some breakfast. There's the progress of this store, presumably, I think, the preview center for Epic Universe. What I also really like about this microphone is that I can hold my camera out. I don't have to hold it right up against my face to talk into the microphone because the microphone is now on my shirt. But I am worried that I'm going to lose some of the park ambience by just having a lavalier microphone where you can really only hear myself talk. I want to make sure that you can hear just the park atmosphere music. This soundtrack is probably one of the best in any theme park. So it's 9 o'clock right now. There's a little bit of a line heading up to the front entrance, but I should be inside the park and then getting some breakfast very soon. So it only took about 5 minutes to make it inside the park, and also if you don't watch my live streams, then you don't know that I got my wand back. I lost this when I was visiting with Travis and his kids, and I filled out a lost and found report, and they found it. So I don't know if it's technically supposed to be breakfast, but I am going over to Green Eggs and Ham to get the green eggs and ham because I like having it for breakfast, and it just opened. I also like the Croissant Moon Bakery, but I was just here recently. There is a Starbucks over here as well as a Cinnabon, but now that I'm in the park, I'm heading over to Seuss. I need Universal to bring back this sign. Please, Universal, at some point. I want this sign back. I hope with this microphone you can't hear my stomach grumble because it totally just did really loud. So there's the Seuss trolley behind this guy, train ride, and this is what I ended up getting, of course, the green eggs and ham tots. So this is diced ham with green eggs and white sauce over tater tots. And I'm going to enjoy this breakfast very much so. So breakfast was, of course, absolutely delicious, and I'm considering riding the Seuss trolley train ride, but they only have one side open right now, so that might increase the wait time a bit. All right, so I checked and it's only a 15-minute wait, so I'm gonna go ahead and go ride this. Everyone's going over to Velocicoaster and Hagrid's probably. The last time I was here, there were walls around the Truffle Tree Forest, and now they're around One Fish, Two Fish. Getting to ride this with very little to no wait will be really cool. Also, this will be a nice test of my my microphone. There is a little bit of a line right now, which is good because it gives me time to switch over to this lens. And also just the music is really loud in here, so I want to see just how the microphone is able to handle that, I guess. And then on the ride, too, for the on-ride audio. So I'm in the station right now, waiting for the next train to pull up, and then I'll be taking a little lap around Seuss Landing. Getting to see an early morning view of Islands of Adventure. Alrighty, here I am on the ride. It's moving very slow at the moment. It is very quiet here too. I don't think that I've ever gone this slow. And now we stopped. Okay, started to move again. That was interesting. We're a little bit behind in the narration right now. Wow, look at that refurbishment they're doing over here on One Fish, Two Fish. Cool. Here's the carousel. Which again rode that last time with Travis and his kids. That's right down there, one of the tables. There's the Velocicoaster over there. The audio is done now, which is good because it's my least favorite audio by far. It is so distracting and weird. That was the alphabet narration. And that did end up speeding up, so that's good. In a way, this sort of reminds me of Cosmic Rewind over at Epcot because there are two different tracks and then different audio narrations that you can get for this ride on both tracks. So if you get a side that you don't really prefer, which I just did, I prefer this side over this side, and then a different narration, one that's a little bit more, I don't know, distracting or confusing, it may not be the best ride, but I still get to see Seuss Landing and Islands of Adventure sort of in the earlier part of the morning, so that's fun. It's always a fun ride to do. So I'm heading over to the Lost Continent and out of Seuss Landing, which when will Universal announce what is happening to the Lost Continent, right? They don't have a convention like Disney does to make big announcements. So this is the 25th anniversary of Islands of Adventure, and they do have these really cool shirts here that I've definitely been considering getting. And the throwback attractions there as well. Pretty much all these are still here, except Dueling Dragons. So Hagrid's is probably not going to happen today because it's about 10 o'clock, which is definitely the sort of the peak of the morning, definitely when it comes to the attractions. So I don't know what the wait time is, but I'll check, definitely. They do have a single rider line, but very inconsistently. It's a 95-minute wait right now. Okay, actually the single rider line is open, so I'm going to go ahead and ride Hagrid's. Okay, I'm in line for single rider right now. I'll see how long this takes, posting whatever it was, almost a 100-minute wait. Really depends how fast these trains are moving at the moment. I always hope whenever I walk by this point that I'll be able to see a car go by. And there it is. A train, I guess. There are individual cars on the train. You can already see the line backed up over here for the regular line, so hopefully this was the right choice. Yeah, this entire outdoor queue is fully extended. But I'm heading down this ramp to go up these stairs and then inside the building. So this is where the single rider line ends, which is not the best. I don't think it'd be nice if it was inside down the stairs. So I ended up giving up because the line did not move at all. I've never seen the single rider line just that backed up. I pretty much made it to right over here, the arch, but they announced a delay in operation and I thought I would just cut my chances. It's sort of weird going backwards through the line. They're running empty bikes right now, but I just did not anticipate getting out of that queue, I don't know, the next like hour or so. See, empty bikes. Usually they close the single rider line before a backup like that, so I don't know. Maybe they're just letting the single rider line just be what it ends up being, I guess. So they have closed up the line now and people are exiting out of the ride, so I do wonder what sort of a delay this is going to be. All right, I'm going to do some wand magic. Okay, I'm just gonna take credit for this. Whatever. So many walls were up around the wand magic recently. I thought that they were doing either new effects or improving them. I can't even do this one. This one's one of my favorites. This one's outside of the outpost, and it seems like it would be something, but I don't think that it is. I'm trying to find some wand magic to do, but most of them are occupied, probably due to Hagrid's being closed. I'm going to see if I can do this one. This one would be Descendio, right? Descendio. Oh no, I'm not having the best luck, am I? It could be like the time of day, just the glare on the windows. This is Wingardium Leviosa. This one did work last time. Wingardium Leviosa. But I have not used this since I retreated. Oh, it works. Okay. Yay! So my wand does work. That is good to know. So I want to ride another ride that I haven't done in a while, and it's going to be Forbidden Journey. This is posting a 15-minute wait right now, so I'm heading to the locker. So this is new to me. I think this is a Triwizard Champion Tournament tent from the first task of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. That's just now over here by the lockers. This is the line for Forbidden Journey. Heading up to the greenhouses and then inside. All right, I'm back on my throne, heading inside the castle, but it's not a bad wait right now, so this shouldn't take very long at all, right? So we get on to Forbidden Journey. All right, that did not take very long at all. I'm about to get on to Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. It's always the challenge to kind of show this boat platform and just how unique and incredible it is, even though it's very dark right now. So I sort of had a new fear unlocked just now, riding Forbidden Journey. I got stuck on my back with the Dementors. So whenever you go into the Chamber of Secrets on the ride, and you're with all the Dementors surrounding you, the animatronics, we leaned backward, and it just stopped. It was only just for like a few minutes, but it was like enough time to be a lot nerve-wracking, because you can get stuck on the ride for a lengthy amount of time. I think that they like home to like a seated position, maybe, but it's not an ideal ride to be stuck on. A while ago, they replanted the majority of these trees, and they were very adolescent, and it did not look good at all, I don't think. So now that they've matured, and they're actually very tall trees again, I like this a lot. I do wish that they would somehow like reflood this down here and make it more of like a lake. So I'm heading through Jurassic Park. I don't think I'm going to be riding anything here. I do want to go over to Toon Lagoon for some lunch. At least I hope so. There's nobody on this train right now. What is happening with the rides at Islands of Adventure today? I've been not having the best luck. So I want to go to Wimpy's for lunch. I have never had a Wimpy's burger to my knowledge. Let's see if I can film this. Wow, that was cool. Right? This was posting a 75-minute wait. There's a burger over Wimpy's that a lot of people think is the best burger on property. Okay, there's people on that one. Training on Flyers is still closed over here in Camp Jurassic, and if I was this close to riding it and missed my chance, if this never reopens, I will be so sad. And then there's Skull Island, Reign of Kong, which has really been struggling to attract any type of interest with the ride vehicle not going outside, and the permanent shift to 2D, which I don't know why that would be a decision. Skull Island was delayed. They've been sending out some empty boats here, interestingly, so I presume this isn't delayed as well. River Adventure was posting a 50-minute wait, so about an hour. So many empty boats, what's going on? It's starting to get really busy. I'm heading over to Wimpy's, all the way over here. Let's see if it's open. So Wimpy's is open right now, but Popeye and Bluto's is also delayed. So the burger that I'm getting is the Wellington cheeseburger. It has cheddar cheese, tomato, lettuce, pickle, onions, and mayo ketchup. And then it's served with curly fries. And I'm also getting a dessert, the Dole Whip pineapple sorbet, which you can get in a cup or a cone. So I finally got my burger, and I was going to sit over here by this table with all these burgers on it because it's a pretty hard place to sit at, but it is just pretty much directly in the sun. But this is my Wellington burger and then my very melted Dole Whip. So I came over to the bridge over here by Wimpy's, and they have completely drained the water from Popeye and Bluto's. So this is definitely a little bit more than a delay, it seems. So I couldn't record it because I had my arms full of all the food, but this is where I'm sitting for lunch over here, just this table and chairs comprised of barrels and crates. This is my Wellington burger with my very melted Dole Whip and then my Pepsi that I brought from home. So yeah, I'm hoping this is really good. It looks like phenomenal. That is a very like thick looking burger. And then these curly fries look incredibly seasoned. And then the Dole Whip I've already tasted because it was melting everywhere, and it is delicious. And then my Pepsi from home. I do wonder how this microphone that I'm wearing, this lavalier microphone, is going to do with like wind, because it's a little bit windy over here, and I do have like a wind protector, but hopefully I won't need it. But this video is an entire experiment to see how this microphone sounds. So this is pretty interesting because the water is drained. All of these boats are just piled up next to each other here, just in a dry riverbed. This is cool, look at this. The water is starting to flow again. You can see the rapids. This is actually so cool to see. I'm literally watching this ride be filled with water. Now it's starting to run down here. So presumably this will all start filling up as well. And then maybe this effect will turn on. Look at this. So this entire thing fills with water. So now this is completely filled, and this is almost filled up. You can see the water line over here along the rocks. Well, that was just like one of the most unique experiences to have, just eating lunch over here and just this to go from just completely dry to then filled with running water. And I'm heading over to the bridge, which by the time that I make it over here, this should be completely filled. That's what it looks like over here. And for reference, when I got my burger over at Wimpy's, it was pretty much around the corner. And this has now been filled with water. And presumably this is going to turn on at some point. Maybe, I don't know if that, I don't know how that works. I don't know if that's just something they like actually initiate themselves, or if once this gets to a certain level, then this will start to turn on. What I suspect about this microphone is that I keep accidentally bumping like the sensitivity dial on top of the camera, and it seems to be fluctuating in how loud it is, or I'm presuming that it is. So if it is suddenly very loud or a little bit quieter, I'll probably know. I'll know what I'm doing with this microphone by this video, definitely when I start editing it later. So I am heading over to Universal now. I think I've done what I wanted to do at Islands. This is a cool perspective of Marvel Superhero Island because you can see the launch of the Incredible Hulk coaster, which I think is about to launch right now. It's so cool, just through the buildings of Marvel, and then Doctor Doom's right over here, and then I think the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man entrance is back where it's supposed to be now. Yeah, see, so the walls are back down over here by the entrance of Spider-Man. So when I get over to Universal Studios, I want to ride a couple rides over there because I rode some rides here at Islands. And then I want to go over to the DreamWorks area because I want to see what the new ET Adventure sign looks like. And then I think I will conclude my trip with the new Butterbeer Popsicle, presuming that I can find that somewhere over there in the Wizarding World in Diagon Alley. So far, this microphone seems to be working okay. And again, I won't know until this video is over, but hopefully, crossing my fingers, it works out. But again, if I lose some of the ambient atmospheric music, then that'll be definitely a bummer. But if you can actually hear me like on rides and in loud like environments with crowds, then that'll be cool. I'd like to ride some rides that I haven't ridden in a while over at Universal Studios, like Rip Ride Rocket, but with the luck that I've had today at the parks, I don't know. I don't really want to get stuck on Rip Ride Rocket. Like on the vertical lift, that's a nightmare. That would not be great. I've almost made it over to Rip Ride Rocket. Of course, that train is empty, but there were definitely people on other trains on this ride. I don't know what little rain cloud is following me when it comes to empty trains and ride vehicles today. I wish I could go this way because I really wanted to go over to the old Nickelodeon building or like go to that like secret side entrance. Not even really a secret, but I'm heading into Universal and I hope I can ride this. They're starting to announce some Halloween Horror Nights information about Halloween Horror Nights this year, which it always feels consistently early to me, but then to everybody else it feels like it takes forever for them to announce things. Not really a fan of speculating Halloween Horror Nights, houses, or scare zones. I just like to be surprised, which, I don't know, that's probably not the popular opinion. Oh, it's very windy. Is it windy in the microphone? Maybe. So I think I am definitely heading over to Rip Ride Rocket just to go and do it while the sun is still out, even though it's like record highs. Right now it is so hot, but it is supposed to rain today, allegedly. It is so nasty hot. Right now I could go over to Freeze Ray Pops to get a popsicle, but I need to get the Butterbeer Popsicle. And then this is the, I think, the completed illumination sign, the mural on the Minions building back there, which, I don't know, it's random. So I'm going to try to attempt to get the secret menu for Rip Ride Rockets, which allegedly, apparently, I don't know if I believe anything really when it comes to theme parks and rumors, but this is going to be replaced or maybe like rethemed or something at some point. So it's only a 45-minute wait right now for Rip Ride Rocket, but they do have a single riders. I'm putting my stuff into a locker. So I just got off of Rip Ride Rocket and surprise, the secret menu did not work, but it was cool to see Blue Man Group over here. So I was holding the touchscreen button on Rip Ride Rocket because it's supposed to be what takes you to the numbers, the digits to be able to put in for like the secret code that you want to do for Rip Ride Rocket, like the secret song menu, but it just didn't work until the last second, but then I ran out of time and I really wanted to do Rainbow Connection by the Muppets. So learning that there are different settings with this too. This is mono and then this should be stereo, so I don't know if that impacts the sound at all. So even though it looks like it's probably going to be raining soon, I need to get out of the sun. I'm going to go ride another coaster over here. I'm going to the Mummy because I have not done it in a long time. I know it's posting a 75-minute wait and single riders just says open. I just got off of Revenge of the Mummy. I sat in the front row. There was like barely a single rider line, which was suspicious for how long the standby line was, but it was great. The mummy effect looked awesome. All the pyro effects looked really good too. But I'm heading back to the lockers to get my bag. So I wanted to do that so I didn't have to bother with lockers anymore. But now I'm finally heading back to Kid Zone and then going to Wizarding World to get my popsicle. I'm having to go the long way around because of the construction right here. Also, apparently the Lou Osterman statue is gone over there in New York City, which is a bummer. This is the current progress of the new Universal Studios Lagoon Show, which does have a name now. This is the Cinesational Symphonic Spectacular Lagoon Show. Universal Studios, they've been programming it over here in Central Park. It looks like they're doing a lot of construction still over here. I don't know if that's for drones or pyrotechnics, which is interesting because the show is supposed to open with DreamWorks Land and the Hogwarts Always Castle Show on June 14th, which is only about 3 weeks away now. So hopefully this show opens up on time. I'm presuming that it will. It's pretty cool. Shrek and Fiona are meeting over here by the NBC Media Center, at least for now, until their new land opens up in, again, like a couple to a few weeks from now. I know that it's not hydrating at all, but I got a frozen Coke slushie over here at this like kiosk because I really need to cool down. It is the hottest that I have felt in a long time at a theme park. So I finished that in like 5 seconds. I'm heading back to this hidden Kids Own Pizza Company Coca-Cola freestyle machine to fill it up with some water now because it is so hot. Yay, water. Save me today, please. So they're doing previews back over here in DreamWorks Land right now. So people are riding the roller coaster and running around Shrek's Swamp. They have done like media previews. And I think that they're doing team member previews, soon to be followed by like Passholder previews probably very soon before this opens up, June 14th. So this is what I was most excited to see. I'm over here by SpongeBob and Patrick meeting inside SpongeBob StorePants, but I was excited to see this sign. This is the new E.T. Adventures sign, which is massive, which now makes so much sense over here next to Shrek's Swamp. I don't know if they're going to be taking down the previous sign over here, but this looks awesome. Looks like they're still installing like wait time signs here. Recording this on a camera just does not do this sign justice, how big it is. But this is like the last of the like studio arch signs down here, so I don't know if they're going to be doing away with it. Probably. Again, with it right up here next to Shrek's Stump. Alright, I've made a couple trips back over here to the secret freestyle machines to get myself some water, but I'm on my way over to the Wizarding World now. Wow, it's a little bit windy. So again, hopefully you can hear me, but I'm going to get the Butterbeer Popsicle. It's not like pouring down rain, but it just started to rain like a couple raindrops. Remember that huge duck over here that I wanted to take a picture with, but I couldn't because of the weather? And now I never will. So getting this popsicle is the last thing that I want to do today. So hopefully I can find it somewhere. I think the dragon's about to breathe fire. There it is. So if you're looking into it, I think that I can get this ice lolly, the popsicle back over here at the hopping pot. So here it is, the Butterbeer ice lolly, the popsicle that is butterbeer flavored, that is a very limited, allegedly a very limited item that you can purchase here at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. I'm trying to find sort of a quiet place to eat this, but it's very busy right now. Wait a minute. So I got this like 5 minutes ago, and I've already been asked by 2 people whether or not I like it, and I don't think that I do. It is like, it's got like a hard, like dipped, I can't tell. I don't like the dipped ice cream or popsicles. So that I really do not like about this, and it's still very cold, so it's really just hard to even get to like the ice cream of the popsicle. I'm not sure. I don't think that I like it. So the butterscotch flavor on this is, I don't know, it is very minimal, very faint. It's also frozen, like not freezer burnt, but it's very much so frozen, but then simultaneously melting everywhere. And I bit through the popsicle stick, and that hurt a lot. I don't know. This is very underwhelming to me. I think I have a very strong vendetta against like just hardened vanilla or chocolate dipped frozen goods, so that is a huge factor with this too. But I don't think that I would get this again, and I'm okay with it being a very limited offering. But I appreciate it. It doesn't taste bad. I'm just like very not impressed with it. I threw my popsicle stick, and I'm covered in popsicle right now. And it's not even the fact that it's like a messy food, because I don't mind messy foods and snacks. It was just an inferior version of the butterbeer ice cream, and I would much prefer butterbeer ice cream over that. I don't know. I wish that it was a more like defiant, assertive flavor than it was. They finally finished the refurbishment over here in San Francisco, which is good. This was taking a while, and it blocked the entire street almost. Speaking of refurbishments, apparently Fast and Furious Supercharged is closing for refurbishment pretty soon here, which I know not a lot of people are upset about. So we'll see what ends up happening. It's probably going to reopen. So this isn't like the biggest news in the world to me personally, because I didn't really care that much, but there used to be a huge statue right here that is not here anymore. It's probably going to pour down rain here very soon, but what I'd imagine this was for is for the Mega Movie Parade, just so floats can take this turn here if they have larger floats. So it makes sense, right, for street entertainment and potential entertainment just with parades. Right now the goal is just to make it back to the Universal Studios store in City Walk to get those Epic Universe shirts for myself and Brennan. That's the thunder. I guess that I'm glad that I did for Red Rocket what I did, because it is totally down right now. There's also some construction like over by Hollywood Boulevard of like the new summer tribute store, and then there's some Halloween Horror Nights construction stuff too, but I don't really need to worry about that. I'm starting to get this feeling that I'm not going to make it back to the car by the time that it starts raining. Yeah, it is definitely raining right now. Let's see if I can make it to the Universal Studios store. So I did not make it before it started to absolutely downpour, so I am drenched, but I did get my Epic Universe t-shirts for myself and Brennan. I'm so mad. It poured down rain for 5 minutes. The entire duration of time that I was walking from Universal Studios to Universal Studios store. Poured down rain. Now it's not raining anymore. Also Cinnabons just right over here, underneath the Universal Orlando Resort sign, or the bridge heading into City Walk. So I didn't really have the best luck at Universal today, but I did accomplish all that I came here to do. And I was here for about 6 hours, maybe a little bit more. It's so dark right now, just because of the weather. This is where I parked, all the way at the very bottom level. So that was my trip to Universal, mostly to try out my lavalier microphone, and then to get a Wimpy's burger, and then the ice lolly, the butterbeer popsicle, which ended up not being really that great in my opinion. I loved the Wimpy's burger. Got the Epic Universe shirts that I really wanted to get. Tried out my wand that I recently got back just to make sure that it works in the parks, which it does. And yeah, just had a great day at Universal. I rode a lot of rides. I rode the Seuss Trolley ride. I rode, what else did I ride over at Islands of Adventure? I rode Forbidden Journey. I got stuck on that. That was terrifying. And then over at Universal, I rode Riptide Rocket and The Mummy. So a lot of rides, surprisingly, today that I ended up getting to ride, even though I could have left a little bit earlier and avoided the rain. But a fun day was had at Universal. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon. Have a great day, and goodbye.